Hello, Washington Commanders fans. You're about to learn how a $60 million decision could change everything for the Commanders, and why the fate of a crucial player rests in Adam Peters' hands. But that's not all. We'll dive into the harsh reality of a team legend who pulled no punches about a lost cause of $3 million, revealing who might be counting their days. And to top it all off, you'll be moved by the inspiring story of an offensive lineman who faced sleepless nights to return to the field and become a true example of courage. Stay tuned until the end, because every detail is crucial to the future of the Commanders. The Washington Commanders still have 3 games left this season, all against division rivals. However, we fans can be forgiven for looking beyond that and thinking about the crucial offseason approaching for the organization. It's a time for reflection and significant decisions that will shape the future of our team. General Manager Adam Peters is about to enter the 3rd phase of his master plan to put the Commanders in contention for the title. And it all starts with the decision over whether the players whose contracts are expiring deserve to remain with the club longer. It's a complex puzzle, with many pieces moving at the same time. Some decisions seem obvious, while others are up in the air, creating a lot of speculation among us fans. But there's a fundamental equation that could define Peters' entire preseason, and it involves an impressive amount that could directly impact our salary cap and future signings. The Commanders have an important decision to make regarding Deebo Samuel Sr. this offseason. And this is one of the situations that makes me the most anxious. With the need to find more reliable players in the passing game for quarterback Jaden Daniels, the Commanders finalized a trade with the San Francisco 49ers for Deebo Samuel Sr. The wide receiver arrived at the franchise with questions about his physical conditioning and overall attitude. However, he responded to the criticism and much more, displaying a professionalism and dedication that positively surprised us. He has proven to be a valuable player on the field and a leader in the locker room. This puts the Commanders in a delicate situation. Samuel's contract ends this offseason, and he wants to receive a good salary. This may be his last chance to secure a lucrative long-term contract, so his representatives are likely to negotiate firmly. Based on his market projection, the outcome could be unpredictable. According to SpotRack, the former South Carolina star is expected to earn around $19.95 million per year on a 3-year contract, totaling $59.86 million. This would place him 24th among the highest paid wide receivers in the league, but there's no way to know if Peters would be willing to take on that kind of financial commitment, especially with other urgent needs. The Commanders are already investing a lot of money in Terry McLaurin, our top receiver. Offering another receiver over 30 years old around $20 million per year may not be in Peters' plans, who needs to manage the salary cap wisely to build a balanced and competitive team. Washington surrendered only a 5th-round pick for Samuel. He was worth it, even if it ends up being just a 1-year rental. The Commanders were right to go all in after reaching the NFC final. It didn't work out, but there's no regret regarding the 2nd-round pick from 2019, as the intention was clear. Peters will now take stock and decide the best path forward. He has the funds to extend Samuel's contract, and there are ways to structure the deal that protect the franchise. At the same time, it's a lot of money, and the Commanders have other urgent needs that may take priority, like the defense. We, the fans, wouldn't mind if Samuel stayed on the team. He has earned that right with his performance and professionalism, but Peters prioritizes the business side, so it's hard to predict how this critical situation will unfold. It's a decision that could define the face of our offense for the coming years. And now, brace yourself for a bombshell revelation from a Commanders legend who didn't hold back on the uncertain future of an injury-prone player. You will discover why the team has no more room for lost causes, and how this decision could impact our offseason. The Washington Commanders have no room for backup players if they want to contend for a title again. And a team legend, Brian Mitchell, exposed the harsh reality of the uncertain future of an injury-prone star. And this is a conversation we need to have as fans. There are a few players in the league who've faced as many injuries as Noah Brown did last year. The wide receiver suffered an internal issue that required kidney surgery in 2024. He was carted off during mandatory minicamp with a knee injury, then came a groin injury in week 2. Most recently, a hip problem in just his 2nd game back put him back on the injured reserve list. The Hail Mary Miracle Man is without a contract this offseason. The Washington Brass offered him a new deal last season. However, Brian Mitchell doesn't believe the same will happen in 2026. And as a fan, I agree with his assessment. Brian Mitchell perfectly described Brown's situation, and his candor is something we value. He came to the club with injury concerns, and those issues have arisen almost constantly. Now is the ideal time to look for another player. The Commanders have no other option considering how things have unfolded. I know you can't keep him around. He came here with that reputation. He got hurt a lot last year. Basically, he got hurt for most of this year. You can't take that risk anymore. It's like he's lost 3 games, Brian Mitchell said bluntly. While Noah Brown will always have a special place in the hearts of Commanders fans for moments like the Hail Mary, his injury history is concerning. He hasn't played a full season in 5 years, and this year was no different. We can't take that risk again. We need reliable players on the field. Head coach Dan Quinn is a loyal guy. He knows Brown well and respects him as a quiet player. At the same time, this is a business, and his troubling trajectory means he can no longer be trusted to string together a consistent run of games. It's a shame, but it's the reality. Mitchell realizes this. We, the fans, are well aware of the constant frustrations. The Washington coaching staff isn't going to ignore this as they start deciding who stays and who goes in the coming weeks. It's a tough decision, but one that's necessary for the team's future. It's been setback after setback for Brown. He remains determined to recover, judging by his recent social media post, but that should happen elsewhere than Washington. The Commanders need younger, faster players at every position. There are also persistent speculations about the potential arrival of Brandon Ayuk if he is cut by the San Francisco 49ers, which would certainly influence the situation and the need for a healthy and productive receiver. Brown has enough experience to know what comes next. What matters to him now is to fully recover before the start of free agency. If he manages to do that, it would be a surprise if he doesn't have the chance to be signed by another team. Everyone with any connection to the Commanders wishes Brown all the best, and they will always have the Hail Mary up their sleeve. A moment that will forever be etched in the memories of fans. But unfortunately, it's time to move on. And now, get ready for a story of overcoming adversity that will touch your heart and make you reflect on an athlete's willpower. Let's dive into the journey of a player from our offensive line who faced sleepless nights and a traumatic injury to return to the field and become a true example of courage. You'll discover the invisible suffering behind the scenes and why he is an inspiration to all of us. Washington Commanders offensive lineman Sam Cosmi couldn't sleep during the first month after the knee injury he suffered in the 2024 NFC playoff game against the Detroit Lions. As a fan, I remember that moment and the worry we felt. It's heartbreaking to imagine the suffering of an athlete. I was in the basement. I remember just not being able to sleep. I was severely sleep deprived. Showing up, working, doing all that in that first month was terrible for me, and for that reason, he told reporters before the Commanders' Week 16 game against the Philadelphia Eagles. This honesty from Cosmi is something we value greatly. Believe it or not, we weren't interested in just making Cosmi relive one of the worst moments of his life. The aim of the conversation, in fact, is to illustrate what he overcame during his rehabilitation to return to the field for Washington and become this year's winner of the Ed Block Courage Award. It's a well-deserved honor, without a doubt. It's an opportunity to commend Cosmi for the achievement of returning to the field after such a devastating injury, and also a chance to really understand what happens after the stretcher leaves the field. We, fans, often only see the end result, but there is an invisible battle behind every recovery. Cosmi revealed the invisible suffering that comes with a severe injury. You see guys in the league who have suffered ACL tears. Patrick Mahomes, Micah Parsons, all these famous guys, and you think, okay, when are they coming back? This, that, and everything else, the timeline and all that. But there's so much work involved that you don't see, so much suffering that you also don't see. The Ed Block Courage Award is presented annually to a player who demonstrates extraordinary courage in the face of adversity, according to the team. Former winners like safety Jeremy Reeves in 2024, who recovered from an ACL injury, and running back Brian Robinson Jr., who recovered from a gunshot wound and became the team's leading rusher, are examples that everyone can use as inspiration to find strength and determination to overcome serious obstacles, both in football and in life. What makes this even more significant is that it's an award voted on by the players on the roster and by no one else. This means that the recognition comes from those who truly understand the struggle and the effort from their fellow battle companions. It's a testament to his strength and the respect he has earned. Cosmi said that receiving the award was an honor and expressed his gratitude to his teammates, not just for recognizing the struggles, but also for supporting him throughout the process. I think every day when I come to work, I try to give my best and push myself to the max in everything I do. And the fact that they see that and recognize that it's all that is expected from a teammate is being able to look at him and think, that guy is giving it his all for others, he said. Receiver Terry McLaurin, one of our leaders, also talked about Cosmi. I remember him getting injured in the game against the Lions. It was devastating for all of us, and I know it was for him too, but the way he approached rehab, I was here during preseason. He was here every day, looking for little ways to improve. McLaurin continued, so we talked a lot while we were hurt, and he encouraged me, and I encouraged him too. So having him back, seeing him smile again and having fun is great, not just for him, but for our whole team. That camaraderie is what makes the difference in a locker room and gives us hope for the future. Cosmi's return significantly strengthens the offensive line. Since he returned in Week 7 of the 2025 NFL season, Cosmi has started in all of the last 8 games. increasingly showing his best form. He has become a pillar of the offensive line that helped the Commanders present the fourth best rushing attack in the league this year, averaging nearly 140 yards per game on the ground. Cosmi has been incredibly transparent about his experience, including the bad days, but also about how the whole ordeal helped him reconnect with the game and discover a new level of love for it. It's inspiring to see how he turned adversity into an opportunity for personal and professional growth. He has faced adversities, of course, but nothing like this, and you won't know exactly what it's like unless you really go through it. I didn't know, he admitted, that humility and honesty are qualities we admire in our athletes. I think the most important thing about injuries in general is that there will be bad days and good days. Keep fighting and be grateful for the good days. And on the bad days, it's precisely those that you become stronger. So keep pushing, keep fighting, and all those days will add up, and you'll reach a point like me, healthy, back in the rhythm, back in action, and all the hard work will have been worth it. This is not just talk. Cosmi lived it, embraced that attitude, persevered on the tough days, and although Washington views this season as one of the least successful in franchise history, for this year's Ed Block Courage Award winner, it all represents a significant victory on the way to even greater and better achievements. It's a story that fills us with pride and gives us hope. So, fan, after hearing Sam Cosmi's story, do you believe that the mindset of overcoming challenges and resilience are the most important ingredients for an athlete's success in the NFL? And how do you think this culture of courage can impact the future of the Washington Commanders? Leave your opinion in the comments. I want to know what you think.